Coach Josh here again. I got it on a tilt just because of the way it's stuck to the rack here. So for using knife, again, if you have a silent fighter, if you have a partner in training knives, if you don't and you can just find a pole or a tree branch or something, just be careful how hard you're hitting it, unless you got some conditioning to it. But you want to work on the same ideas that we did with the empty hand on your split entries, working outside, split entry working inside, doing both outside routine, both inside. So working that with knife and in different orientations, okay? So it's very important to remember where your edge is. Generally speaking, if you don't have a knife, but maybe you have like a small palm stick or something, you can imagine like it's a knife based on which knuckles are in line with that blade edge. These ones, okay? So you can work on having that cut through and imitate if you don't have training blades. So if I'm looking at having something with two arms, then I'm gonna build up to this pattern. But if you have one arm, just work all your different options on that one arm or post or whatever you've got. So the pattern that I ended the empty hand video with was that out split entry going to the outside, split entry going to the outside, both of them going outside, then both of them going inside, okay? So that's in, if we're looking at double heaven grip or sock, that split entry, I can cut with both of these on the outside. Then when I come back over to the other side, I can cut. So I may be cutting the bicep, cutting the wrist as I pass it by. Then when I come both to the outside here, I'm looking at maybe this passes over top to clear. This other one can insert, can shoot, look for a slash. I can cut the tricep, or I can just cut, right? Pass that off. Both on the inside, I can look at, again, pass the hand by, and this thrust can come in, or I can cut at the bicep, or I can cut with both, okay? So think about, do you have a passing option, or do you just go ahead and cut them when that comes in? What if I go with alternated grip? So one pakal or earth grip, one sock heaven grip. Split entry, notice I have to flip this over to cut it, right? Maybe I'm passing, maybe I'm cutting here, but for that bicep cut, I have to flip it over. Split entry. Maybe here, I could just pass, I could use my puño, maybe I'm hooking the arm while I cut, because maybe I want to hook and get that control. Then to the outside, this could be just a thrust over top. Whatever I do here, pass or cut, this could also stab into the arm. Same concepts here. I could stab to the face, stab to the arm. I could look at just getting that placement. Sorry for the cough. I could be there. What if I flip that? Now this one is heaven, sock. This is earth, pakal. Split entry outside, I cut the bicep, I hook. Maybe I want to do that hook. Maybe I just pass it off and just cut the wrist while I cut that bicep. Now I'm going to flip this over to cut the bicep. I'm here or I'm here at the wrist, okay? Cutting that bicep. To the outside, either hook or cut. And again, I can either look at cutting or I can pass over to maybe that thrust. On the inside, hook or just cut. I would probably not look for the cut here, because why am I gonna pass this to here, right? Because this is in tight. Out long, I maybe don't want to do that either, unless I know I'm getting this to pass and I'm cutting underneath. That's where your hooks come into play. So I wanted to show that you could have this option, but do you risk stabbing yourself? So maybe you hook that instead to have the other one come underneath. I'll show that again because I was talking a little more. That hook, cut. Passing it, cutting. To the outside, I hook and I can cut or I can thrust through. To the inside, I hook, I can thrust or I can cut through, okay? Now what if they're both earth, pakal? Hook and cut. Hook and cut. Both to the outside, hook and a thrust. To the inside, hook and a thrust, okay? So different options there, play with it. Again, if you just have one, you could look at pass cut with those split entries to the outside, and then just go to the other side as well. Try to also work going from the other way. So I'm split entry, split entry, outside, inside, okay? So be able to work off of, what if this one comes first? What if this one comes first? You just have one, work all your options on that one. But give that a try. Let me know if you have any questions.